top of the world, the South American countries leading a high-minded fight against FIFA. The ancient martial art that's fighting for survival. We report on Thailand's battle to keep its national sport of Muay Thai alive. And we talk to the boy wonder who's now all grown up. Is Justin Rose finally ready to win a major golf title? Welcome to Sportsworld, Al Jazeera's regular look at sport around the globe. And we'll start with a decision which has caused uproar in some of the more rarefied areas of South American football. The sports world governing body FIFA has announced it's to ban international matches from being played at extreme altitude. They say the reduced oxygen levels at such heights put visiting teams at too much of a disadvantage. Now, the cut-off point is 2,500 metres, a big problem for a country like Bolivia, where the capital, La Paz, is way above that level. It's prompted Bolivia's president to lace up his football boots in protest. And as Raul Pathag explains, Ecuador, Colombia and Peru aren't too happy either.
There's no doubt that the Hernando Siles Stadium in the Bolivian capital, La Paz, is one of the most picturesque on the planet. However, this ground is at the centre of a row that's being played out at the highest levels of world football. A FIFA ruling now states that this stadium and any other which is located at over 2,500 metres above sea level will now not be allowed to stage international matches. The argument being that playing matches at such high altitude gives an unfair advantage to the home team and poses a health risk to visiting players.
It is an injustice that dates back several years that we have always fought. I don't think it will be an idea that will be permanent, since there's no motivation to keep it going.
The decision mainly affects countries in South and Central America. Top of the list in more ways than one is La Paz in Bolivia, where games are played at 3,637 metres above sea level. That's followed by Cusco in Peru at 3,500 metres. Quito in Ecuador comes next at 2,800 metres. We then move to Mexico and the city of Toluca near Mexico City, where games are staged at 2,680 above sea level. Finally, Colombia's national stadium in Bogotá also exceeds the altitude limit at 2,640 metres. FIFA's decision, as well as making Sepp Blatter public enemy number one around these parts, has also reached the very highest levels politically.
I'm against this decision because it's a European decision. How can one not play above 2,500 metres? Because Mr. Blatter cannot play? I'm sure we can't play in Africa, where there is a lot of heat, or we should put air conditioning in the stadiums, or we should not play in Norway, where it is too cold.
Unfortunately, this topic was not analysed by FIFA's executive board. The decision to veto goes against the universality of soccer, of the world game. This is not only a veto to Bolivia, but, I reiterate, it's a veto to the entire sport.
In fact, Morales has appointed himself official defender of high-altitude football and seems determined to keep the issue high on the agenda. On May the 29th, he was lobbying fellow South American leaders ahead of a possible visit to FIFA headquarters in Switzerland. The next day, he was playing football with his fellow cabinet ministers outside the presidential palace in La Paz. And on May the 31st, he took his protest to even greater heights, playing a match at the foot of the Chacalatia mountain. This team of former players and government officials beating a team of students 9-3.
We ask the FIFA authorities and all the soccer federations and associations of the world not to marginalise us. We can do sport from here, no problem. People over 40 years of age, of 50 years of age, like my security colonel, I think it doesn't affect anything. I haven't felt anything.
For its part, FIFA insists the decision is being made on purely medical grounds. What's more, they point out that for countries like Colombia, the ban won't make much of a difference, as they can move their home matches to grounds below the limit, like the General Santander Stadium, the home of Copa Libertadores semi-finalist Cúcuta Deportivo. But for countries like Bolivia and Peru, they say the issue has more to do with allegations that Brazil and Argentina have put pressure on FIFA. There's speculation now that FIFA may have set a precedent which could be applied to other sports. What is certain is that they've sparked a controversy that even in the thin air of the Andes is set to run and run. Raul Pathak, Al Jazeera.
The ancient martial art of Muay Thai is one of the toughest pursuits on the planet. The national sport of Thailand is an almost no-holds-barred form of fighting, but in recent years it's been overshadowed by the growing global popularity of standard kickboxing and K1, a version of the sport founded in Japan. But as Wayne Hay reports from Bangkok, the skills and rich history of Muay Thai won't be disappearing without a fight.
History is hard to escape at this school of Muay Thai. Outside and in, there are constant reminders of those who have gone before. And you don't have to wait long before some of those legends emerge to tell you about the good old days. Even the man who runs the place fought more than 400 times.
The history of Muay Thai is very important. Muay Thai has hundreds of years of history. It's a real native wisdom we have created. In the past and until now, we share borders with Burma, Laos and Cambodia. Naturally, neighbors have conflict with each other over several cases which resulted in a fight or war. So we adapted this fight into skill and development. We make use of almost every part of the bodies as weapons. We learn how to make our punch and kick contain its full power.
The traditions remain, and when training begins, some of the veterans are ever present, watching, coaching and still kicking well into their 70s. The Muay Thai Institute in suburban Bangkok teaches its students all aspects of the sport that was once the sole domain of royal soldiers. Now they come from all walks of life and from all round the world. Many of them stay at the institute, which gives them a unique opportunity to live and breathe the culture and history, like their star student, who's the Syrian national champion.
Yeah, I live here and this is my room. I used to live with a fighter from Poland and me here. I have air-conditioned room and fan. I used to live here about 9 months. Yeah, I came with my team to fight in World Champion. I was training here and the president of this gym, he took me and gave me a contract to fight with a professional in Thailand.
So how long will you be here? How long will you live here?
I got a contract here for about 3 years to fight with a professional and to bring me to K1 in Japan. Yeah.
And so you're injured at the moment. Is that an indication of how tough it is here and how hard they train you?
Yeah. I get injured because jogging every day and I fight with the injury, so it's now a little bad, so I have to rest a little bit. I'm just waiting to be better.
In Muay Thai, almost anything goes. About the only part of the body that can't be used as an attacking weapon is the head. Officials are trying hard to preserve those skills in the face of hybrids like K1, which have slightly different rules and have become hugely popular outside Thailand.
After trying hard to beat Thai boxers, they give up, then adapt something new and name it such as kicking boxing or K1, but with the rules of no elbows or knees. Some organizations allow elbow, but some don't. Some allow knees as high as the upper body, not the face. It's the blockage of the real Muay Thai skill.
And at the elite level, enthusiasts fear Thais are losing control of their own sport.
Thais don't train as hard as foreigners. They train all the time, even they have no fight events. The future of Muay Thai in the heavier 70 kg class, I think we cannot compete with Westerners. It's even getting harder in 65 kilograms. We are not disciplined enough. The Thais want to show off, party and hang around with friends when they have a reputation. It's different with them. It's different than Westerners.
And then there are those who bring smiles to the faces of the veterans that come here day after day to cast their eyes over the up-and-coming talent. Like this 7-year-old. He does 300 sit-ups a day and has the six-pack to prove it. He says he wants to be a champion, and when he starts to hurt, he simply trains harder. Wayne Hay, Al Jazeera, Bangkok.
As ever, you can keep up to date with all the latest sports news on our website. That's aljazeera.net/English. Stay with us here on Al Jazeera because coming up, we'll be checking out the Russian Republic, which sees the sport of chess as being central to its future. Plus,
thanks for talking to us.
Thanks, guys. We'll be hearing from one of golf's brightest talents ahead of the US Open.